Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain again, and this is the first game of Call to Adventure, our summer 2022 charity live stream event. Thank you all so much for being here. As you look around this overlay, I am joined by some absolutely amazing people. It's Thursday night, and it's normal that they would be here. Every single one of these players is a part of Dawnbringers. We are joined by Zach, who has guested for a period of time on the Dawnbringers, filling in for a different person, but V couldn't be with us, unfortunately, tonight. But Zach stepped up and is willing to take a sword or spell to the face for the cause. We are going to jump into this game very quickly in just a moment. Excuse me. We're going to do some introductions, and I'm going to go over the incentives. I see you guys are already actively donating in, throwing wild magic swords at these players, and we haven't even started yet. Before we get started, Dwight and I already talked a little bit about Game to Grow and the amazing work, and you just saw an incredible video that showcases what they do. It was a no-brainer for us to choose Game to Grow. We've always, pretty much since Mini Terrain Domain has started streaming, we've made it an important part of using this platform to talk openly about mental health and destigmatizing conversations around mental health. I've been very open about my own struggles with depression and anxiety, and the help that I received when about 3 years ago, I sought out therapy. That's been an immense help. We want you to, first and foremost, as you're joining us this weekend and tonight, to understand that you matter. Your presence on this earth makes a difference. Whether or not you believe that, it's true. And we always say that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay for you to feel your feelings. We know that people struggle, and it's okay to feel that way. But please know that you do not have to struggle alone. There are so many wonderful resources. Game to Grow, who we are working with all weekend. We've also made it, Jeremy has already put it in the chat. All you have to do is type !help at any time during our games, whether we're on stream or off stream. Type !help, and you'll get a URL for findahelpline.com. We've also added some resources from the resource page for takethis.org, another wonderful organization. All of those are free resources with trained professionals standing by to help you out. Please bookmark those for yourself, bookmark them for a friend. And remember, you matter. All right, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to start off. We're going to go around the overlay here because not everybody may know who you are. And I think that's a shame. So let's go around, starting with you, Katie. And we'll just go in left to right, top to bottom order on the overlay. Just tell us who you are and who you are playing tonight.
Hello, everybody. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie, and this evening I will be playing the sweet and lovable Lilley Potts, a Lightfoot halfling swashbuckler rogue. And if you know D4, yes, she is Petunia's sister.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Dan Dillon. I'm a game designer with for Dungeons and Dragons at Wizards of the Coast. And tonight I am playing Timic Foxglove, a fairy Path of the Berserker barbarian.
Hey, folks. I'm Zach Noorman, at Zach Noorman on things. I will be playing Goggins, the so very not afraid. I'm a deep gnome bard, College of Valor, and make no mistake, I fear nothing except for doors, dungeons, bricks, all of those things, but that doesn't make me afraid.
All right, I'll go. I'm M, and I am playing Inoki, who is a turtle Spore Druid, so I'm very excited.
Hey everybody, I'm Ted from Nerdarchy. Tonight I'll be playing the half-elf abjuration wizard Ikra Dren.
And hello everyone, my name is Jeremy. I have a YouTube channel called the Erasmus Expeditions. Do a lot of live plays and talking about RPGs and things of that nature over there. Tonight I'm going to be playing a huge departure from Talmud, and I'm going to be playing Godfrey Ashwood. He is a wizard, human, Order of the Scribes. So yeah, I'm super excited to be taking part in anything that Jake does, honestly, but especially when it's for a good cause like this. So I'm super happy to be here and to get to play with everybody again. Feels like it's been a long time.
All right. Well, we do have a couple of things that are already going to be hitting fairly quickly. If you're unaware, you can type !incentives to see what all of these incentives may be, but you can donate for advantage, disadvantage for me or the players, specify whom. You can donate for Wild Magic Surge, all capitals. You can donate for accents. Primarily, they'll specify that you can make me talk with a silly accent or voice. And so far, at least Katie has said she is willing to join in the accent fun as well. So already we also have an accent where I'm being asked to, I'm already screwing it up. I'm being asked to talk with an Australian accent, and I'm going to mess it up all day. Good day. It's going to be bad or nor. So you are, I'm gonna hold the accent off unless another one comes in for just a moment, because I need to get the adventure set up, and then we'll slip into that. So you all have been brought to a small town's town hall. You've all answered the call to adventure that has been sent out to you, seeking heroes looking to make a name for themselves on a rescue mission. In this town, you are currently in this town hall, and the mayor is speaking to you and letting you know roughly what's been going on. The mayor's name is now Mayor Dundee, as he is explaining to you. As you can tell, we're all mourning quite a bit. There's been some arguments about who's been mourning more than others. My grief is the biggest, but my wife said, "That's not grief, this is grief," and began to sob uncontrollably. I don't mean to make light of our plight, and I don't mean to rhyme unintentionally. The situation is that in the swamp, in the bog, you got to watch out, because crikey, I'll tell you, these crocodiles in there for days. In
It's
the swamp.
Okay. I brought a knife.
Now that's a knife. There is a tower. Now that tower's been unoccupied for a long time. Nobody is supposed to go in that tower. And yet, the children, they like to go in the tower. It is called St. Elmo's Spire. Now what has happened is our daughter has gone missing. Her and her friend were playing out near the tower, and on a dare, she went in there. And she wasn't supposed to go in there. We need you to go to the tower and to see if you can discover where she is. We've already sent out all kinds of people from the town. Everybody that's gone in, nobody has returned. We've realized it's way too much of a problem for us simple folk to be going in there. So we've called upon you blokes to take care of it for us. Fair dinkum? Do you think you're up to
Okay.
the task?
Definitely.
One question, if you don't mind.
Yes. No, I don't mind. Yes, go with your question.
Oh, very good. Is the tower perhaps made of bricks?
The tower is made of stone.
Oh, stone bricks?
It's an old enough tower that I think it was made of fieldstone.
Would you classify fieldstone as a type of brick?
Or no, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, good heavens above. Thank you. It doesn't have any doors on it, does it?
Oh, there is a very large wooden door that grants access.
Oh, good heavens! Not a door! Oh, dear. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this.
You can do it, Goggins. I believe in you.
My name is Goggins!
Goggins, sorry. I don't have my glasses on. They get in the way of all the...
Oh, yes, I imagine.
Goggins,
Yes.
as you fret about the apparent door that is there, you, as you kind of throw back your hands in despair, you bump into one of the side tables where there's been a variety of drinks have been laid out, and at the back of this table, you hear the sound of something wobbling, and before you can react, a glass bottle. It's green, and you can just make out the word in all capital with like a yellow explosion behind it, the word surge. I need you to roll a D100 as the bottle of wild magic surge breaks.
Oh, dear. D100.
Jake, you should be ashamed of yourself, and I love
I
it.
am not ashamed of myself. I intend all of my puns.
Every time I says
64.
it, I see Macho
64.
Man Randy Savage in my face.
For the next hour, Goggins, as this explodes and you just get this very unnaturally bright green carbonated liquid on you, you feel energized. For the next hour, you are proficient in every skill.
Oh, did I just drink a 1 hour energy?
In
You drink a Surge Cola.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 90s kids or early 2000s kids will understand. I don't remember
I
when
drank
that was
Surge.
discontinued. All right, so the rest of you've just seen Goggins freaking out about a door and has broken a bottle of something. And Mayor Dundee says, Nor, that was my last one.
Terribly sorry, but boy, do I feel energized. I feel like I could take on anything now.
Well, what about the rest of you?
I'm ready to go. Adventure is calling.
For all of this conversation, Timmick has been up in the rafters, hanging by his knees, doing crunches. And he stops and dangles down and has this like short, messy cut, purple, vibrant hair. And he says, yeah, sounds great. If this one, chokes or something when he sees a door, I'll take his share.
We know what is in the tower that, we might be able to be better prepared for.
Well, it used to belong to a wizard. Long ago. Wizard went disappearing years ago. Ain't nobody seen him since.
What was his name?
It's been long enough that nobody knows what his name is.
Oh. Wow.
Pardon me. You did say it belongs to a wizard, yes? That would imply that he has a lot of books, yes?
That's a fair possibility. Listen, we're a small town and we don't have a lot of gold. But what we do have is an old wizard's tower. Whatever you find in that tower, regardless of whether or not you find our daughter, I guess, you can keep whatever you find. Except for our daughter. I want our daughter back.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
I guess there's no share. All right, yeah, sure, fine.
Timmick,
Yep.
are you still up in the rafters, or do you sort of flit down?
So probably at this point, he just kind of lets go with his legs, and little sort of iridescent, translucent butterfly wings out from his back, and he flutters down to the
There's a
floor.
moment where, as you do that, your clothing catches on a sliver of wood and kind of tugs at you, and as it breaks loose, there's a of fairy dust, and I need you to roll a D100.
Okay. 10.
They just keep rolling or keep donating for your wild surges.
All right.
Everybody loves a wild surge.
The next time you are forced to make a saving throw, it is an automatic success.
Hey, cool.
So make a note of that. Right.
I imagine that.
Oh, go ahead.
I imagine that in the tavern, not taking up any small amount of room, is this very large turtle with a lot of mushrooms and mosses. You can't even tell what color their shell is because it's just full of all of these growing things. And as he picks up one of the mushrooms, he just pops it in his mouth and begins to chew very slowly. I am quite excited for this adventure. They called me the Quick Shadow in my day, and I am looking to reclaim that once again, as he like shakes his staff in the air.
Inoki, as you turn around, Mayor Dundee has just reached behind this lectern that's at the front of this town hall meeting area, and he just says, looking over at Goggins, "Oh, thank goodness. I had one tucked away." And as you turn, your shell bumps into the lectern, knocks it into the mayor, hits him in the elbow, and another bottle of surge goes and shatters at Lilley's feet. Lilley, I need a D100.
Okay. Where's D? There it is. Ooh, how about a 2?
Oh. Well, let's see. Okay. The first time you go into any kind of combat action, you have 2 reactions instead of 1 on your first turn.
Ooh, all right.
These are some of these are fitting in nicely with this energy drink theme.
They really are.
What about you, Ikra? Do you have anything to add?
Nah, he asked, what was in the tower. I said, wizard, he's ready to go.
All right. Right. So my daughter's friend here, Brelissa, is going to show you the way. And this human girl of about 18 years old comes out, and she's got her hair partially pulled up and the rest of it kind of hangs down. She's wearing some brightly colored tunic, and she's got her robes are tucked in some kind of way where it's like partially tied off, like it's some kind of hip new fashion. And she's chewing on something, chomping it loudly as she twirls her hair. Yeah, I'm supposed to show you where this tower is. Lilley, for the next 5 minutes, you must sound either like a Valley girl or a Jersey accent. Follow me.
Hey guys, we have to. This sounds so exciting. I cannot even.
I know, right? It's just so
Right?
thrilling.
Yeah.
Come
Oh
along.
my God, I love your nails.
Yes, there's an enchanter in town that does just amazing work. I don't know if you can afford it, but I can. And
Oh
it's a
my
simple, watch this. And she just goes ding, 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 ding. And each one changes to a different color.
That is so fetch.
I'll put you in touch with whoever it is if you survive this ordeal. And please
Lovely.
stop trying to make fetch happen. And she just
That's
turns.
just happening in Waterdeep. And I'm
This
just
isn't
saying, they
Waterdeep.
set all the fashion.
My gosh. Don't even talk to me about Waterdeep. You might as well be in the valley. Let's go. And she just turns and motions for you all to follow. In fact, as she goes out the front door, seconds later, she just turns. By the gods, are you coming or what?
I kind of think your attitude needs an adjustment.
Right. Well, maybe after you're done doing this job, you can see about that.
Oh, I will.
As if.
Please. And I'm going to walk out the door and walk ahead of her, even though I have no clue where I'm going.
I feel like for the next several minutes, actually probably for the next 20 minutes, as you're walking outside of town, it's this constant Lilley and Brelissa, one moving ahead of the other one, and the other one running ahead of the other one, and just quite a bit of catty talk back and forth between the two of them.
Totally.
As you are continuing to make your way through the woods, you begin to pick up on some scents, and I'm guessing, Inoki, you're probably going to be the one that can more quickly and readily recognize there's a permeating scent of rot and decay, of rotting vegetation and decay, stagnant water. You smell a swamp, that boggy scent. And you can all kind of feel the humidity picking up, and there's the occasional as mosquitoes buzz by your ears, and you progress your way through this swamp for about another 10 minutes when Berlissa goes, "Oh, finally. I didn't think we would ever get here. I don't remember it being so far. It's been at least a few days, I guess, since I was here. But anyway, there it is, St. Elmo's Spire." And she points, and as she points, there's you see a big splash in the water as something either surfaces briefly or just ducks below the surface. And though there's not a cloud in the sky, for some reason there's a thunder peal as you see this rickety tower that is made up of fieldstone, and it's turned green or a third of the way up, as if the swamp itself is trying to creep its way up the tower. And you can see that it looks to be, depending on the interior levels, it looks like it's probably 3 or 4 stories high. There's a conical peaked roof at the top. And you can see where the path winds its way to the slight mound of overgrown swampy vegetation, where there is a large wooden door. Next to it, mounted on a signpost, is a white sign with red letters. You can't read it from this distance. What would you like to do?
Okay, so we're gonna go do this. In the meantime, why don't you go get your eyebrows fixed?
That is so rude.
I'm just being a friend. They're really jacked up. I'm
My
your
mother
friend.
threaded these. Is that a thing? Threading? I'm just...
Yes, it is.
You're
Well,
good.
maybe you should go to a professional since you're so well.
My mother is a professional.
Is she?
She was trained in Neverwinter. Gosh. And
Oh,
I'm with you for the
That
whole way. I have to make sure you stay on task and don't just run off.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes,
Oh,
really.
you're not just the guide and then leaving. Hooray!
No.
Kind of head toward the sign.
As you get... Oh, go
Godfrey
ahead.
has been, Godfrey's been standing like really close behind Inoki. Kind of every time Inoki will turn, Godfrey kind of continues to move to stay behind the shell. He has this entire apparatus that he wears kind of like that hooks around his neck and comes down, and it's wooden and it folds out and gives him a writing surface that is just stacked with papers. And from where he has his fingerless gloves and the wood that kind of forms this portable desk, as well as just smeared all over his face, are just like the dark stains of ink. And he's very busily like scratching drawings out of all of the different species of mushrooms that are on Inoki's back. And like he finishes one and immediately like rolls it up and stuffs it into his backpack, which is just like probably almost mirroring like Inoki's shell. It's just kind of this round bulbous addition to his back. And he immediately starts on the next one. But he stops for just a moment after writing something on a corner of a piece of paper and rips it off. And he takes it over to this girl who's been their guide. And on it, there's the beginnings of a spell for resistance against elements. So that way she can avoid burn damage in the future.
Oh, that'll totally help. Now you don't have to worry about your ends splitting anymore.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You are without a doubt the nicest little old man I have ever met. Thank you. I will cherish this. She totally doesn't get. She totally doesn't get it.
It's so nice to see the young people being such good friends.
Ooh, yeah, super good.
All right, let me take a look at this door.
As you all approach, I would like everyone to make perception checks.
Ooh, 15.
Perception.
17, sorry.
15.
16.
6.
10.
2.
What did you get, Goggins?
I may have rolled a natural 1 for a grand total of 2.
Okay, I thought maybe I only heard the second half, like you said 22 or something, but no,
Oh, we
it was
can go
2.
with that if you like.
So,
I think that is much more.
We'll get to Ikra and Goggins, the ramifications of that in a moment. As Lilley, you head right up to the door, and Timmick, you were heading up to the sign, I believe. Is that?
Yep.
Did I remember that correctly?
Correct.
So you head up to what looks to be a pretty standard, large oaken door with iron bands. It's got a ring handle on it. The sign that you can all clearly see now is written in red letters and in all capital letters in a very shaky handwriting. Says, "Do not, under any circumstances, even think about knocking on this door. Most certainly, do not try to come in uninvited."
I knock on the door. Somebody had to do it.
Goggins and Ikra, make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh no.
As you completely failed to notice the motes of light that have begun to rise from the swamp around this area. And the others of you notice them, and you see these motes of light that are... and one comes up behind each of you and attempts to
Oh, hey,
shock
this
you.
looks entirely normal.
A dirty 20.
18.
Okay. So each of you will only take 4 points of lightning damage as you just get zapped by one of these lights as it comes near you.
This is why I'm afraid of doors. The door did it.
So
It's because you knocked.
as you're freaking out about the door, Goggins, a couple things happen. Lilley, you knock on the door, or rather attempt to knock on the door, as you get one knock and your fist sticks firmly to the door.
Of course.
As it sticks to the door, 4 orange eyeballs open up on sort of around where your fist is to knock, and below it, the wood seems sort of split into this wide maw of a mouth. It opens wide before you, Lilley, and you hear, "I'm sorry, can't you read?"
No.
"Clearly not."
Can I have my hand back?
"Are you quite finished trying to pick my nose?
Yes.
You're going to have to pull." Make a strength check.
Strength check. Ooh. Oh no, why is it strength? That's a 1!
Oh,
And I have a +0, so it's a 1!
Oh.
You, as you pull, you all watch as Lilley begins pulling against this door. And you see the door sort of stretching outward, and where Lilley's fist is touching and it stretches, the texture of the wood sort of changes to almost look like Lilley's skin tone for a little bit. And Lilley, you pull and you pull and you pull, and then all of a sudden you lose your feet. You lose your footing, not your feet, and you snap back right into the mouth of this mimic. And you all hear this, "No, no, no." And for the moment, Lilley has completely disappeared.
Holy crap.
What are the rest of you do? Seeming to have been eaten by a door.
I am
Godfrey
like-
is immediately there, like right after her. He runs up to the door and stops about 5 feet shy of it and immediately starts sketching everything that he just saw as best that he can to try to document this. It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
You give her back. Inoki like starts to hobble towards the door. Did you know it's not very polite to eat your guests?
First of all, not a guest. She punched me in the nose and then forced herself right through my mouth. Good news, she's on the other side. Lilley, you hear all of this very muffled as
Okay.
you are lying on the flagstone floor just inside, having passed straight through the door to the other side. Don't
What's
ask
bad
about the
news?
mechanics of that.
So would you be willing to open
So
up
that was the good.
all of us in, as opposed to having to go through that horrible experience of someone knocking?
Well, your friend seems to have immediately disobeyed both of the rules on my sign.
Jake, as soon as he opens his mouth to talk, Timmick dives in full speed.
Well, your friend seems to...
Odin!
And you push through, and there's this momentary resistance, and then you're on the other side with Lilley.
oh, good heavens, they're both gone.
Are
See,
you
this is
okay
why
in
you
there?
don't knock on doors.
Please!
but it works.
Immediately the door goes, wait, please. And you see as it's talking to you, it's holding its teeth together. Please, no more going through my mouth. I
Can you
will
just open
open.
up? Thank you.
All you had to do was ask. She knows that. I told her when her friend and her were here before. I have no idea what you're talking about. Brelissa says, as the door goes. And the door doesn't make that noise, like it doesn't have unoiled hinges. It's literally the door just going.
Doing
And you
its own
see
Foley's.
Lilley and
It's a
Timmick.
mimic who moonlights as a Foley artist.
You see Timmick and Lilley just inside the main entrance to this tower.
Hi guys, you made it.
That's the
you
second
guys all right?
weirdest door I have ever seen.
Second, what was the first?
We don't really have time for that, but I'm from the Feywild, so you know.
Hmm.
I bet there's a
It-
lot of weird doors there.
Mm-hmm.
What was what was it like? Tell me everything.
I
No.
just said we
Okay.
really don't have time for the story. Come on, keep up.
I'm going to proceed to look through the room, make sure there's no traps. Just assume I'm checking for traps as we progress throughout this tower.
As much as I would love to assume that, I'm going to need you to tell me when you're checking for traps.
Okay. Okay.
So I will describe what you see in this room. As you now can properly see in this space, this is this ground floor entrance. Immediately as you walk in, there's exactly 5 muddy Wellington boots, not pairs, just 5 boots. None of them appear to be matched. There's an umbrella stand with 3 umbrellas of different colors. There's some hooks right to the side of the door. There's a couple of raincoats and a couple of very moldy looking cloaks. There's what may have at one time been a nice rug, but it looks like it has been used as a literal doormat for years. That takes up a big portion as you enter in this space. And then there's some odds and ends of wooden crates and some barrels. There's I don't know, 2, 3, 4 mops and buckets off to the side and brooms. And on the far side of this circular area is a set of wooden stairs that lead upward. What would you like to do?
So Iker's going to immediately begin looking, seeing if there's any kind of clues, this missing person. And given the fact that the front door was a mimic, he is going to use Mage Hand to do any of the touching, moving stuff out of the way.
And Lilley, you said you were going to head into the room and start checking for traps.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. And Yukra, you can do so as well. What about the rest of you?
22.
And Yukra?
That's a 9.
Okay. As you're all walking in just inside this entrance, there's this moment where you see in the dim light that there's a new little bit of illumination as Brelissa picks up a hooded lantern from the side and lights it. She kind of holds it up like this, looks around, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I have no memory of this place."
Did you go in?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
interesting.
like, I literally have no memory of this place. Like, I remember we came here, and I kind of remember that really rude door from outside. You hear, "Hey!" And
Sorry about falling in your mouth.
don't mention it. Really, please, don't mention it.
Okay.
As she starts talking,
Let's talk more open next time.
Lilley, you notice that as you kind of are looking through this area, you notice that there's this clear pattern of mud on the ground, and on the first part of this rug where people have wiped their feet off on it. But you also notice that there's a very clear void slightly off center where it looks like the rug has been moved since having all the mud on it. You notice that because you're looking exactly at that spot as Yukra steps onto the rug to take a closer look at it, at which point the rug immediately begins to roll up and try to smother you, Yukra.
There's a trap there.
21 to hit, Yukra?
Let's see here. Mage armor puts me at 16. Yep, even if I shield, it's not gonna do it. So 21 hits.
So you all watch as this rug, like a blind being pulled, just suddenly goes and rolls up around Yukra, who is immediately caught up inside it. You are restrained and blinded, and you feel the air being crushed out of your lungs. At the same time, there's a clatter on the far side of the room as the brooms and mops come flying out of the buckets and flying towards you. There are 2 mops and 1 broom, and I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Whee!
Okay. Give me 1 second here. We're doing this roll for initiative. Don't forget that you can donate for accents and advantage, disadvantage, wild magic surges, and all that good stuff.
And accents and voices.
Yes. Okay. Lilley, what you got?
19.
And Timmick.
6.
Goggins.
22.
Inaki.
1. Swift Shadow.
Ikradrin.
17.
Godfrey.
15.
Okay. And where'd my die go? My mops. That and the broom has that. And Serug. Okay, so first up is going to be Goggins. Followed by Lilley, you'll be on deck. Goggins, what do you do?
How many of these?
Sorry, not followed by you, Lilley. You'll be third in the order.
Okay.
So
There's 2 mops, 1 broom, and a rug.
2 mops, a broom, and a rug. Oh dear.
The rug is currently eating one of our party members.
Let's see. Okay. I would like to. How many of them can I capture within a 20-foot cube?
Within a 20-foot cube, you could probably get the 2 brooms and a mop.
2 brooms and a mop.
The rug has rolled itself up and is closer to you. The brooms and the mop are on the other side of this space.
I will pull out my flute and just start going. They're over there, and allow for them to be outlined in light if they fail a dexterity saving throw as I cast fairy fire.
What's the DC?
14.
The mops fail, but the mops fail, but the broom succeeds.
Very good.
So both mops suddenly in this spectral fairy fire, illuminating them, granting you all advantage on attacks against the mops. Anything else?
Yes, I think it would be good to do something else. Well, I am a bard, and I do know how to play bards, so I will use bardic inspiration, and I will play my little tune. You can do this. And I will bardically inspire the quite loudly brave Lily Potts.
Yay!
Very well, very well.
Yes, and
Thank
that
you
is-
to whomever it was that donated that I should sound like a very proper Brit. I will do my closest approximation as such as we continue with this skirmish amongst the players.
Very good.
Very well, Goggins, your turn has expired. It is the mops illuminated in fairy fire. They shall take their turn as they come rushing across this open space towards you. They will be attacking one Yikra, and the other one will be attacking Goggins, the so very not afraid. As you are accosted by mops. Yikra. Does a 23 hit you? I believe that is going to
Yes.
succeed.
Now,
There are no domain dice to save you here, good sir.
no, indeed.
Oh no. It appears I have dropped a D4 upon the floor. Future Jake will curse out present Jake for not picking that up immediately. I have shoes on. Not savage. You will take 2, 3, 4 points of bludgeoning damage from this mop. And Goggins?
Any of that softened by the nice happy carpet that's smothering
Oh,
me?
wait, I forgot. You are... Oh, dear me, I have forgotten. You are inside, so you would not be attacked. We'll re-roll that one. Does that 23 hit Inoki instead?
Mm-hmm.
You will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you are struck about the head and face by a mop. And Goggins, 24.
I have
Is
a
it
reaction.
time
Oh, a reaction indeed.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it has to start its turn there. Never mind.
So is it trying to wipe the floor with you, Lily?
Oh.
24, Goggins. I believe.
What if instead it was a little distracted? I would like to use a reaction to cast Silvery Barbs. And that will have the creature re-roll the d20.
You
Use
will-
the lower roll.
Goggins the so very not afraid. You watch as this mop comes hurling across the room towards you. It is destined to strike you straight upon the face. Quick thinking, you pull out your flute, you doodly-doodly-do your way into some magical silver barbs, distracting the mop such that it critically fails in its attack, granting you an attack of opportunity.
Oh, how wonderful.
So very well done.
Well, I suppose I'll do that. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Because I use my reaction, right?
Correct.
This is a critical fail reaction. This is a house rule. It does not
Very
use
good.
your actual reaction.
Excellent.
So have at it, sir.
Get him!
I'll use the dagger end of my flute to stab it.
The flute bayonet.
Oh, yes. Tactical flute bayonet.
I must say, I did not expect you to say the dagger end of my flute.
One wind core, affix bayonets.
From my days in the Army's band.
Set oboe to receive charge.
Oh, my life.
We'll have to tell Lauren about this. She's going to need to have a
I'm gonna
bayonet.
need to
at the
clip
right-
that for Lauren.
An obonet.
So I rolled a 6 to hit, which I'm quite sure.
Did you
is
roll
not
with
to-
advantage because they're fairy fired?
Oh, yes. Well, no, I didn't. Let's see. Oh, how about a 14?
Close enough. It hits.
Hey, okay. I'll take close enough any day. 4 piercing damage, would say. And as part of the fairy, silvery barbs, I would like to give our fairy barbarian advantage on the next attack roll it makes within 1 minute, or
Hooray.
ability check or saving throw.
Noted.
Very well.
He automatically
Lilley.
passes his next saving throw, so doesn't he?
Lily Pots.
I have a question. So, since I was sort of in the front of the group looking at the floor and discovering the trap, would the mops have had to go past me to get at the other players? And can I use my 2 reactions to get opportunity attacks on them?
I will allow it. You're not so much necessarily currently in the front of the group anymore because
Yeah.
you were basically looking around the whole room to identify this problem. But I will allow it since a donation gave you 2 reactions. So you can attack each of the mobs.
The first one's a crit.
Oh, nice. As a reminder, crits are automatic max damage. Then roll your dice and add to that.
So that's I'm using a rapier, just so it's clarified. So that's going to be 13 plus 9, so 22.
22
first
damage?
attack. Yep.
Okay. How do you destroy this first mop?
So the first mop goes streaking past her, and she just goes, no! And whips out her rapier and does a little flouncing with it and stabs it into the base of the mop tendrils and springs it up so that it kind of slices into the rope that binds the mop strings and snaps that rope, and the mop just goes thunk and falls to the floor.
That was
for the second one,
about as good as it could have gone, and I'm sorry to M in particular, as I have been instructed to talk like a Canadian.
the second one is an 18 to hit.
Oh, that's definitely gonna hit, eh?
Oh, hey now.
You would think with as many Canadian friends as I have, I would be much better at this. I'm just gonna
keep
say
saying
things
a
like a boot, and hoser.
A boo.
Don't forget about don't you know?
Don't you know?
No, that's
more Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, okay. My
Or
apologies.
Wisconsin. That's going to be 8 points of damage for the second opportunity attack.
8 points of damage for the second one. All right. So that's your well done.
Opportunity.
Well done opportunity attacks. Reactions.
Yes. And then for my attack, I'm going after the second one that went past me. Or actually, no, I'm going to hold position for the broom. I guess I'll run to the broom, actually.
All right.
And that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That's gonna hit. About as good as it could get, eh?
Oh, yeah. And that'll be 14 damage.
How do you kill this one?
For the broom, she goes running up and holds out one hand and grabs the top of the broom and goes running around it and kicks her feet up and kind of fly. I have a dex of 20, and she kind of flies around, sort of swinging, using the broom to circle around it, and brings her rapier down. As her feet land on the ground, she stabs the rapier into the bottom of it and again rips up through the string, and the bristles just fall to the floor. And she twirls the stick in one hand and slams it down and puts her rapier back in her belt.
Well done. That was about as good as we could have expected. Incredible turn. So that's going to bring us to Yikra. Currently
So I'm-
suffering, sucking air or not sucking air inside this rug.
Suffocating.
So do I have the ability to kind of like wriggle my way out of this?
You can make you could make an athletics or an acrobatics escape check.
I would love to try acrobatics.
Certainly try that. I don't know what part of Canada I'm supposed to be from, but
That's a 13.
that is exactly what you needed as you begin to wriggle your way out of this rug of smothering. There's a very satisfying sound as Yikra pops out the end of this rolled up rug. So you have you freed yourself.
Thanks. I was
Oh wait,
right in there.
at the start of your turn you take some damage. You do take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Sorry about that.
Oh, hey, now you're actually getting into my real hit points now.
Every time I say something, and especially sorry, I look at him. Jarl DM says I'm from the vaguely Scottish Minnesotan part of Canada.
Nice.
Listen,
Very well known.
there's absolutely no claim to the quality of the accents you pay for with your donations.
Would you say it's Nova Scotia?
I would now. All right. So that was your action to get out of that. Do you have any bonus actions you would like to use?
I do not have any bonus actions, nor do I wish to tempt any attacks opportunity from moving.
Godric. I mean Godfrey.
Prepare myself.
Wrong game.
Okay, so when all of this has like started to unfold very quickly, Godfrey has gotten another piece of paper out and has very quickly kind of dipped his quill into the inkwell. It kind of rests in this small like cutout in the corner of this portable desk and furiously begins like scribbling. Anybody who might be able to actually see the parchment that he's drawing very quickly on, you can see a very crude sketch of what looks like an umbrella. And as he's doing that, he then begins to draw kind of like lines of motion and things. And one of the umbrellas from the nearby like rack starts to lift up out and then is going to shoot like a dart across the room at the rug. I am casting catapult upon the umbrella.
Excellent.
So it's going to fly 90 feet towards the rug.
The rug's only about 15 feet in front of you, but
you know,
well enough time for projectile
you always
damage.
aim behind your target,
right?
Jake. Always aim behind your target.
Would that be a dexterity saving throw on my part, or do you have to make an
It would
attack?
be a dexterity saving throw, yes. DC of 13.
Well,
Right.
this rug appears not to be very dexterous.
Yes, I was hoping for that.
That's a 6. I don't know what that was.
Excellent.
That's a 6.
Excellent.
I think it's been 5 minutes.
Oh, that's not 3d6. That's 3d8.
Oh my.
Exactly. All right. That's ooh, that's 22 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
How many?
Dang.
22.
All right. You see several of, as you strike it, you hit it so hard that the tassels all just go flying off of it. All right.
For me to get out before you did that, right?
He kind of looks over at you and kind of you can see his eye kind of, blown up in large size behind like the monocle that he wears on one side, and he kind of blinks at you a couple of times. Yes, of course. I've been saving that wood for a rainy day. And he kind of goes back to sketching.
The rug sort of rears up, standing on 2 points with the top part sort of curved over. And that top part sort of, the rug bends, having a vaguely humanoid anthropomorphic shape. It sort of looks down at where the tassels are lying on the ground and looks up at you, Godfrey, and looks down and looks up. And with those remaining corners, it makes this sort of vague motion like rolling up of sleeves. And it rolls up like a blind and unrolls towards you. And it is attacking you now.
And now I want to do something at the beginning of its turn.
Okay.
Inoki wants to make a reaction where you see these spores, these little fluffs begin to float out of Inoki's shell and towards this rug, and has to make a Constitution saving throw.
It fails horribly. That's a 3.
Going to take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
What does it look like when this necrotic damage hits this rug and takes its last 2 hit points?
So I imagine you see just these like little fluff balls, like very lazily just floating over above Godfrey's head, and they just kind of settle down very gently, very nicely on top of this rug. But then all of a sudden, these little fluffs begin to shake, and the rug begins to shake, and everything, the rug, all the fibers start to unravel as these little fluffs are burying themselves within the fibers of the rug, and it just begins to unravel until it's nothing left but a pile of just these loose threads.
Awesome.
As this rug disintegrates into a pile of loose threads, I would like all of you to make a perception check. Because as this happens, the last mop that was left over, the mop head, it sort of makes these like little feet like Fantasia and sort of walks backwards, steps up into the bucket, brings its other foot, steps in, and then just and unanimates. Looking at okay. So Goggins and Timmick. Oh, and Inoki. Are those are all your perception checks?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
okay. Inoki, Timmick, and Goggins. You got a 4, you said?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 for a 4.
Okay. And so did Godfrey. So this will be interesting. So the 3 of you that I've mentioned a couple of times, you notice that on the far side of this room, beyond where the mops are, just under the stairs, there was this several small mushrooms and one large mushroom. Or so you thought. As this mushroom, you suddenly see what looks like a blue, almost glowing worm come out from under the mushroom cap. And then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, until there are dozens of these, what look almost like worms, like they're peeking their heads out, looking around, lightly causing the area to glow. And then out of the top of the mushroom cap, 2 almost like snakes squirm their way up, curl up, and then you just see blink, 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 2 big eyes with huge eyelashes as this mushroom detaches and begins to float, all of these blue tendrils underneath it. And the eyes go like this.
Like
And
angry eyes?
It is a very angry flumph that has been summoned by Tamiko, and you all hear in your head, and especially you, Inoki, "What have you done to my rug? That was in my family for generations, and you destroyed it. How very dare! How very dare!"
Well,
And
my family for 1 generation, but it tried to destroy me.
you stepped upon it.
Quite by accident.
I need Goggins and sorry, not Goggins. I need Godfrey and Lilley to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. 19.
You said dexterity?
Yep.
Oh dear. That's a 5 total.
There is a couple of these blue tendrils sort of rise up, and they almost look like miniature hands casting a spell, and 2 of them direct towards Godfrey and 2 towards Lilley. Lilley, you see this sudden, almost like a water gun just went, and it misses you. But Godfrey, it hits on your little writing surface thing and splatters up in your face this most horrible smelling liquid. As you have just been struck with stench spray, you will be stinky for the next 2 hours. You are poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for the next 2 hours. And anybody that spends any more than a few moments within 5 feet of Godfrey will also become poisoned. The smell is so strong. It just smells like somebody opened up a bottle of fart spray. Like all over you. It is horrible.
Oh, wow. Mm.
Oh,
And there's more where that came from. This,
Pardon me.
Oh.
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you're doing here, but I do not appreciate it.
Now we're trying to find the girl. Do you know where she is?
There is a girl standing right there next to you. I saw her here with that other one.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one.
Yes, the other one.
Yeah, where is she?
She went up into the tower. And do you think she stood upon my rug? No. Did she destroy my rug? No. Did she destroy my mops and my brooms? No.
Listen, I'm really, really sorry. We thought we were being attacked, and so we fought back. But is there anything we can do to maybe smooth this over?
I mean, we didn't think that it happened. Like, points to the wizard.
I'm of a mind to give each one of you a whooping.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to go, we can go. Or
Oh, several
all
of the
just-
tendrils start
we
making
could all
up.
just take a nice deep breath. Say, not you, not near me.
Yeah, no, you stay over there.
Oh,
Sorry, Godfrey.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Wow,
Pardon
that's
me.
potent.
I would like Lilley and Timmick, either each of you or one of you with advantage, to make a persuasion check.
I've got a good persuasion.
you can go with advantage then. I would go with intimidation if I were to do anything. But...
Or intimidation you could do.
All right, well, why don't I do persuasion, you do intimidation?
Good.
Sure.
That, I hope you roll better than I did.
I did.
Good.
I have 17. So Timmick is shirtless. So when his clothing caught on the rafter, he's wearing too many belts. You can't tell exactly how many. It's 3, maybe 4. Leather pants tucked into boots. Ton of belts. Hand axes hanging off it, like woodcutter's axe hanging off of a strap that runs over his shoulder. Otherwise shirtless.
Is he wearing
3 foot
belts?
tall, tiny man, ripped, and his torso and arms are covered in floral tattoos. And as he's staring this thing down, he like kind of flexes and his abs washboard up, and the flowers all close on his tattoos and the stems all grow thorns.
Yes.
That's badass.
You see whatever you imagine it looks like when a flump blushes that's what you see. And sorry, distracted by the chat for a moment. The side chat. The flump blushes and then says, listen, I'm still very angry with you. And you. And you. And you. And you. I will be watching you very closely. You may proceed, but I will be on your heels. And as for you, little man.
Yeah.
And one of the tendrils comes out from underneath and is holding a piece of paper and holds it out to you.
Did it just give you its phone number?
It looks like
On this piece of paper is the runes that form a teleportation address. It just gave you its phone number.
Oh, all right then. You'll kind of. Okay, let's go.
Several of those little blue tendrils
To the
go.
others.
It's still very angry with the rest of you because that's what Tamiko paid for.
Fair.
And
Fair.
it's watching you very closely, but is not taking any actions against you at the moment.
I'm gonna head to the stairs, assuming she went up, because he
So
said she
you
went into the
mentioned-
tower. So
Hey! You mentioned that. Hey, guy, you mentioned that you saw the other girl, right? Do you know where she went?
Oh. The other
That's
girl
who
that was
we're
with
looking
this
for.
one.
That's the one. Yeah, we're looking for her. She's been lost.
She went upstairs. And then again and again and again. I have not seen her.
You'd be all right if we got out of your tentacles and just went upstairs and looked around?
You, with my permission, you may lead your group wherever you wish. I will be watching them very closely. As several of the tendrils, one for each of you, points at the eye stalks and just goes,
Right. Up we go then.
so Lilley, you were heading up the stairs first.
yes, and I'm checking for traps as I go.
Go ahead and make an investigation roll. I almost said a trap roll.
21.
21. You do not see any traps. The stairs look to be ordinary wooden stairs leading their way up.
Okay, field looks good.
As you begin walking up the stairs are creaking a little bit under your weight. Several of the flumps tendrils are crossed. Anytime Timmick looks at the flump, one of the eye stalks winks at him. But as you begin walking up the stairs, Lilley, you hear tunk, 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 tunk,
Clear
tunk,
the middle.
as a glass potion bottle is rolling down the stairs towards you. And just as you notice it, it's within a few feet. There's the sound of shattering glass as another wild magic surge breaks in front of you. And you need to roll a D100. Thank you, kind donor.
Thank you,
Just as a check-in, we are at $325.69. Nice.
I got the reverse sexy number.
All
I got a
right.
96.
All right.
I can't remember who taught me that, but that's the reverse sexy number.
How much gold do you have on you?
Do I have any? No, none.
We were all given a bonus 5 and some
Oh,
change.
then 5.
Oh, yeah. I gave you like 5 gold, 27 copper. I don't remember how much I gave you. You can thank
Silver.
Ted for that one. You feel the weight of your coin purse is lighter.
Oh no! It disintegrated my gold! And I look into my coin purse.
Your gold coins are still there, but instead of gold, you get a scent of chocolate coming up from your coin purse. All of your currency has turned to gold
No.
coins.
Way.
Or chocolate coins, not gold coins.
It made
That's
my
amazing.
money worth while, and she pulls one out and unwraps it and eats it.
Brilissa looks up at you with this look of
Good exchange rate.
that look that just says, she's so lucky. And then just kind of looks over at whoever is closest to her, which looks like it's Goggins, and says, I hope she gets acne from all that chocolate.
That's kind of rude.
Then we could be twins.
Oh, damn.
She,
We
Lilley,
should use that
you're
spell Godfrey wrote for you.
Lilley. What are you? And
What exactly what I was thinking.
what is Lilley?
A
I've watched-
halfling?
halfling. Okay.
Lightfoot.
What languages do you speak?
I believe common, deep speech, halfling, orc, and thieves' cant.
You hear Brilissa say a word in orc, and anybody who speaks orc know this word. It is not a nice word.
Kiss your mama with that mouth?
I don't know
While
what she
she's
said.
threading your ratchet ass eyebrows.
Yep. I don't know what she said, but I can tell the tone of swearing. In
And I
any
say that
language,
in
was
orc.
a rough one.
She looks shocked. What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's keep going, shall we?
My friend is upstairs.
I bet she is.
And you are able to continue walking your way up, munching away on chocolate coins as you do so.
Draw that. Draw that.
As,
Put over there.
as you reach the top of the stairs into the second level of this tower, you see all along the shelves that line these walls. On the far side is a continuation of the stairs, but on all around this room are shelf after shelf after shelf of potions of all different sizes, shapes, and colors. There are it looks to be a storage area, a library, if you will, of potions throughout this entire area. What would
Is
you like
anyone
to
else
do?
really nervous given the way potions have been acting so far?
There is near the
As
stairs.
Godfrey-
There is near the stairs, besides, I mean, literally all different sizes, shapes, different types of glass bottles and glass jars, clay jars, different containers, little tiny ampules, all these kind of things. There are 2 shelves, floor to ceiling, stacked with row upon row of Wild Magic Surge Cola.
Oh boy.
Holy crap.
Nobody touch anything.
I don't
Do
know.
they all
they've
look like the
all
same
been
stuff, though?
Awesome.
The Wild Magic
It all
Surge
looks
or
like-
all the other ones?
All the other ones are.
Oh no,
different
they are
colors and shapes?
completely all different kinds of potions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Godfrey is like almost bowling Lilley over to head towards that collection of other bottles. Like
And-
just, the wooden papers and everything is just like bouncing as he's like running towards it.
Can Nanoki
Oh,
grab
oh,
his
please.
paper shell that he has and just kind of holds him up?
Did you
What?
want to go first?
Did you not hear the young lady? She said to be careful. Do not touch anything.
Like super careful.
Mm.
I see. Yes, if I could just take a closer examination.
Just don't drink any of it or knock it off the shelf so that it explodes on you, because that's really weird. And she pulls another electrum out and unwraps it. And
Another
starts
what?
eating. An electrum?
I'm sorry, a what?
An electrum.
There's no cryptocurrency in this game.
There may not be, but there's electrum.
Jake,
You will pay
I
for
did
that.
convert all of my gold to Electrum, just so you know.
I think
I
when
was gonna
we
look at your
split up,
character
it
sheets
all became
beforehand.
Electrum.
The big bad evil guy just became a crypto bro, just so you know. This adventure now features NFTs. No.
We'll destroy them all.
What you do see,
I don't know how you all separate your gold from your silver. It just grows together. This is weird.
I told them that there was absolutely no Electrum in this game, and they very clearly did not take me seriously. The only reason I don't like Electrum is because it just doesn't make sense in a base 10 system to have one Electrum worth 2 gold coins. What the? Come on. Come on. We're gold coin people, not Electrum people. All right. I would like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw. As you notice, this isn't retaliation. This was literally what I was going to say next.
Right.
Good with it either way.
As you begin to notice that these bottles all have, regardless of what the different size labels are, they all say, "Drink me."
Mike, I ask,
Natural
is this-
20 for a 23.
Is this a save against magic?
Yeah, it would be a magical saving throw.
Oh, excellent. I have advantage with those.
I automatically pass because I'm riding a wave of surge.
That's right. So it looks like Yikra, Godfrey, and Inoki have all failed. So I would like you to describe for me what the potion bottle that you grab looks like. And then I will have you roll a D100. So that's Inoki, Godfrey, and Yikra.
So,
go
go ahead, Anoki.
Anoki is holding Godfrey and is like lecturing him in the middle of it. But you see Anoki's like speech begin to slow as his attention is drawn. He's like, and another thing, as he like slowly puts down Godfrey and with his other hand reaches up towards this one bottle. It's this electric blue color, and he reaches into his onto his shell and pulls out the same color of mushroom as he like holds the bottle up. I've never seen a color so similar. I've been looking for this species for many, many years. As he puts the mushroom back and he's like taking this bottle. It always
Knock it
had
off,
the best
Jarl.
flavor.
He said it was Electrum blue.
That's amazing.
Your blue potion is Electrum blue now. What's your D100 as you drink this potion?
My D100 is a 90. 90.
90.
Jeremy, that would be electric bluth.
Roll a D12.
Six.
You grow 6 new mushrooms of that same electric blue, and each one of those is a temporary hit point. You have 6 temporary hit points.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
See, these
Oh.
are awesome.
Ikra,
Anoki's.
So while this lecture is going on, Iker has always been trying to investigate and look for clues and whatnot, and he heads over towards where these things are, and he's just getting close, trying to do the hands off. But one vial is like it's like a purple vial that's like the glass is like lightly purple, but inside is like multi-hued, like lots of different colors. And without missing a beat, he takes it and downs it. And I couldn't Couldn't believe it, but I rolled a 00. 100.
Woo.
Roll a d4.
2.
The next 2 hours, any fire damage you take is converted to healing
Hey.
Sweet.
as you feel a warmth from this
And
this potion.
Firebolt cantrip.
Lilley,
And-
burn him.
Okay.
Godfrey.
I think the bottle that finally draws Godfrey in once Inoki kind of lets go of him and he's free to kind of like wander off is this bottle that had caught his attention. And the bottom of the glass bottle kind of flares out almost kind of in a pyramid shape. It's kind of got a square base and it's mostly clear glass. And the liquid inside is pitch black, like black as night, and he thinks it's ink. And when he picks it up and kind of moves the bottle around, it moves kind of like ink, but each of the swirls that kind of is stirred up inside of this as he moves it is kind of like this brilliant like flash of this magenta colored energy inside of it. And he says, delightful. He kind of like pulls the cork off and wafts it under his nose. Why not? And he just
Your D100 is
34.
roll 2d4 and tell me they're separate numbers.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
The first one is 2. The second one is 3.
How tall is Godfrey?
5'6", I think.
Sorry, I think you meant 3'6". As you have shrunk 2 feet for the next 3 hours.
We're the same height now.
You are a small man. I like small men.
dear. He kind of like pulls his shirt up and then realizes that there's this horrifying stench that's rising off of him, and he kind of
Your stench reminds me of motherland. Come
Hey, we're the
closer.
same
No,
height.
too close.
Told you, his stuff is awesome.
You stay there. I admire you from distance.
Anybody else,
Oh my.
even though you passed your saving throws, can choose to drink a potion if you wish.
I want to drink a potion.
Me too. I've seen quite a lot of very good things happening to my dear allies. in
All right.
this endeavor,
What potion do
but-
you grab, Lilley?
A pickup potion that is purple with gold flecks that shimmer as they move through the foundation of this liquid. As I pop cork, small effervescent butterflies come out and flitter into the air. I look at potion. I wink at Timmick. And I down potion.
Prismir Goldschlager. That's great stuff.
I was going to say, as Brilissa looks at you and says, ew, nobody drinks Goldschlager.
You
all
shut
about-
mouth! I am
We're all
not
about eating
ready
and
to
drinking
handle
gold here.
you
You
yet.
shush hush.
And that's an 18.
Can you re-roll, please? I don't like this one. This one's,
Sure.
this is a random list, and this is not something I do in D&D games, so we'll do a different number.
67.
Lilley, you feel as if you feel your shirt sort of behind you gets really tight, like there's something in the back of your shirt. And you hear this tearing sound as wings burst out of the back of your shirt.
See?
Roll a d4.
Yes. I like this potion. This potion is good. Is there one?
For 1 hour, you have wings and a flying speed equal to your walking speed.
Yes! I'm gonna fly up in the air over by Timmick. In water deep, wings fly you.
Everywhere wings fly you. And he kind of does a loop around the room.
I do a loop-de-loop with him. I do a barrel roll!
Goggins, were you taking a drink too?
Yes. Goggins walks around and kind of peruses his wits about him, but he sees a bottle that has a kind of you know, at restaurants how they have those like dark blue cups. They just have like plastic Pepsi cups or whatever. It's like one of those with a big cork on top of it, and it's got like a brownish bubbly liquid inside. And so he just and my D100 roll is a 75.
$75. Interesting. As you drink this potion, you all watch as from starting at the very top of Goggins' head all the way down to his feet, it looks as if all color is just draining away. As if somebody had pulled a plug and it's just... And I'm going to give this to you, Zach, before I give the description, because a Texan accent was just donated.
Yes.
And I know you had said in chat that if it was a cowboy accent, you were in. So for the next 5 minutes,
Yes.
Goggins, you, as the color drains from you, you are now essentially a water elemental
Oh.
for the next
Oh.
roll a d4 in that many hours.
Well, howdy, it's going to be 3 hours of water elemental. How about that?
For 3 hours, you are a water elemental. So if you want to look up the water elemental and spice up some of your actions with that, you can absolutely do that.
I'll be sure to.
As suddenly coming into this space, this angry flump begins flying around. Absolutely none of these potions belong to any of you, and here you are, willy-nilly, drinking as if these were a part of your own collections.
You little flump. I want you to listen, and listen closely. We are adventurers. We come here looking for girl. You did not tell us where to find girl.
I told you she was upstairs.
You told the one you thought was hot. You are not helpful. You are profiting. So
Can't blame him.
you go back down the stairs. And if you're lucky, we do not come after you on the way out.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration on that. It's a D4, correct?
D6.
D6.
Aye.
That's a 13.
That's a natural
But
20.
it did see me like murder the hell out of a couple brooms and mops, so.
Which angered it. So if anything, that would be a disadvantage to you. But it got a nat 20 on its versus your intimidation, which is why you are getting a slap across the face.
Oh, hell.
Or a dirty, nope, not a dirty, just a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
You will take 6 points of piercing damage as you realize there's little barbs on the end of these little tendrils. Plus 4 points of acid damage as the tendrils pierce you and begin burning you. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. This flip is nasty.
Tamiko
Flump
summoned
around.
an angry, very cross, all capital letters, flump.
Fucked around and found out. Oh, okay. That's a 19 for my con saving throw.
So you will not receive recurring acid damage as this flump sort of flumps. It flumps itself up. And so it's sort of towering. And if it has to push itself to the roof with you flying so that it's looking down at you, and it just sort of makes all of its other tendrils begin to move around it as it says, "And there's plenty more where that came from, Missy."
In Waterdeep, I tell you, the tendrils do nothing in the long run. When you sleep in Waterdeep, you have to make sure your door is locked, and I suggest you do the same. I will send my sister after you. She not take kindly to you slapping her baby sister around, and she is great adventurer.
It's a good thing we're not in Waterdeep. That's all it says as it floats away.
You lucky we're not in Waterdeep.
Brilissa just goes, Waterdeep this, Waterdeep that. It's always about Waterdeep.
Mimic like flutters over near Ykra and says, "What's Waterdeep?"
Actually, I'm proficient in history, so he would begin to kind of spout about this great city and go on probably far longer than you're interested in hearing.
Yeah, at some point, once Timic gets, okay, big city, got it, he just kind of glazes over and flutters away.
Godfrey is near one of the shells with all of the surge, and he accidentally knocks one of them off right at the feet of our guide.
Oh,
Yes.
As you knock this accidentally, this bottle off, it goes and stops right before it hits the ground. And then it begins to vibrate back up onto the shelf, and you hear a voice in your head. Nobody gets wild magic surge for free.
Fair. No. Then I'll do one of the other potion bottles.
You can do that. Roll a D100.
All right.
I can't just give away wild magic surge.
Oh, I understand completely.
On an NPC, though?
So, yeah.
Okay.
if I was
15.
15. Watch. This is a potion of wild magic surge. As this bottle breaks at her feet, she suddenly loses some of that look of disinterest. And she looks right at you, Godfrey. Oh my gods. You think I don't know what you just tried to do? I guarantee you there will be a time and a place in which I will make you pay for that. She has been filled with courage, immune to fear for the next 4 days.
Oh, the trash talk's getting real, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad.
Would you like to continue on your way?
Yes.
Zach, your 5 minutes hasn't started really yet because you've barely had a chance to use your accent.
No, I'll keep it going as long as we need to.
I'm going to check the next door for traps.
So there's another set of wooden stairs leading their way up. And go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I offer assistance? Give her advantage?
Sure.
Sure.
Investigation is going to be 23.
Again, you are seeing very clear path up these stairs. There doesn't seem to be any form of traps at all.
Okay, it looks like she's tripped any traps that are going up this way, so shall we continue?
Great. Let's go.
You head up into the next area, and like the one you were just in, this room is completely filled with shelves, but all of the shelves are arranged around the outer edge. You see books and wands and staffs and folded up pieces of cloth. You see suits of armor, boots, gloves. This room almost has an electric hum to it, as
Ew.
this is magic items from wall to wall.
Ew, ew,
And in the
ew, no.
very middle of the room, there is a single marble pedestal. There is a light coming down from above that seems to just be arcane light illuminating this pedestal. And floating up above the pedestal and slowly spinning in a circle, there is a wand. This wand, whoops, keyboard making double letters. This wand that is spinning around looks at first glance like a larger golden version of Goggins' flute knife. But there are protrusions at various odd angles, and all over it there are multicolored, what look like glass marbles.
Nope, don't like this room. This room makes me distinctly uncomfortable. Petunia would love it, but I hate this.
How come? What's wrong with the room?
Magic.
I
Feel
see
it?
a whole lot of gold and shiny stuff.
No.
I think
Yeah.
we better go and take a look.
I don't get
No.
magic. I don't like magic. Magic makes me uncomfortable.
Oh.
Why are you traveling with so many wizards then?
Because I like being uncomfortable.
Relatable.
Godfrey is immediately off again, headed towards that marble pedestal
There he goes.
with the book, the paper out and his inkwell ready. He's going to immediately start sketching this wand.
Oh, wait up now.
Great. I don't have to be the one to zip
Like so
forward and touch everything.
Beautiful.
I know, right?
Goggins, you were going to go touch something?
Uh, sure. As Godfrey stumbles on up there, scribbling away, I think I'll mosey on up beside him and say,
Oh, just going right for the thing in the middle?
"Oh yeah,
Oh,
hey Godfrey, why don't you draw me grabbing at this wand? You think that's a good idea?"
Yes, absolutely. I will record exactly what happens for posterity.
Don't forget to add in the explosion.
Lilley takes 3 steps
Right.
backwards.
Goggins, roll a D100.
Happily. 37.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. How about a natural 20?
Oh,
Okay, so you will take half of
Oh,
8d6 lightning damage
oh boy.
as a lightning bolt shoots out of this wand right into you, launching you across the room. That's 8, 12, 13, 23,
okay, we're
31,
level
15.
3.
I know. 15 points of lightning damage as you see Goggins reach out to grab this thing and just go thrown across the room where he slams into the wall. This particular wall, Goggins, that you slam into is made entirely of brick. And then you fall to the floor.
Oh, hellfire! Hellfire!
Oh, that looked awful. That's why I hate magic.
Okay, well, he's not
Absolutely
dead. That's
wonderful.
good.
That's good, yeah.
I have to say, that was rather shocking.
Oh.
Both-
I'm real
Yes.
close to falling
Both the
over.
Flumph and Brilissa are laughing at you.
Now that's mighty unkind, I have to say.
And that's why you don't just go touching things that don't belong to you.
Well, it was made of gold. I wanted to touch it.
Well, to be fair, Mr. Flumph, we were hired by the town which this tower resides, and
I mean,
our
hired.
well, yes, I mean we accepted a job. Is that better terminology? And our payment was, whatever we found
Yes.
within the tower.
You're
you
not
have-
supposed to tell them that.
If you have an issue, you can take it up with the yeah.
I would like you all to roll initiative, but you're not rolling for an initiative order. I just want you to roll initiative, add your initiative bonus, and then we're going to see who gets the lowest initiative order. So far, it's Inoki.
The third or fourth nat 20 I rolled. Well, there they
Of course,
all
that's
go.
the one that I rolled a 20 on.
Inoki,
The legacy lives on.
as this conversation is happening, the wand in the middle begins sort of rotating and spinning around, and I need you to roll a D100 as something happens targeting you.
Oh, it's still going.
84.
This wand begins going, and it just suddenly stops, pointed right at you, Inoki. And as far as you can tell, nothing has changed. For the rest of you, Inoki has completely vanished. You are now invisible.
Wow.
Inoki. Inoki.
Yes, I'm
Ah.
right here.
I can't draw that.
Sure you can. Whip out a clean page. Ta-da!
Yeah, it done. It worked for second edition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome, Jeremy.
I'm going to kind of fly around at Inoki's head level with my hands out where they
My
were
dear,
standing.
that is my eye.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, okay, so you're there.
Yes, I am.
Okay. We can't see you.
You hear Inoki gasp as he. Have I finally achieved my name? Truly, I am a shadow, cannot be seen by any who look upon me.
You're not even a shadow.
You
You're
are
a
like the
breath.
shadow of the wind.
You're a breath of the wind.
Okay,
This
Yes.
is fantastic.
Who gets it?
a whole bunch of us are getting it. I don't know why.
I don't get
I'm
it.
waiting for this to do. I'm waiting for Dwight to finish typing. So I need. Oh no. Okay, I need Dan and Jeremy. I need you to roll D100s as the Brilissa, unknownst to any of you, swiped a couple of the Wild Magic Surge bottles and is getting payback at you, Godfrey, as she throws one of them at your feet and one of them at Timmick. You each get a Wild Magic Surge. That's the first part of this. I'll get to the accent in a moment.
So my total was a 19.
I also got a 19.
Really?
Oh, holy crap.
Oh, this will be
Well,
interesting.
all right then.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All of your ability scores are now 7.
7?
7.
7?
Hmm.
Holy shit.
It got bad. It got bad.
Oops.
For how long?
For 1 hour.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right,
All right.
Ah!
Katie,
Surge is not awesome.
you
Surge is not
now
awesome. And he kind
Katie,
of
you must
slowly
now do
flutters
a-
down to the floor.
Katie, you must
Is
now
this
do
how
a
the rest of you feel all the time?
William Shatner accent as you respond to Timic. And which I guess I have to. I've got two accents on deck because D20 and Neophet have entered the chat, which means
Oh yeah.
first up is apparently a Monty Python French accent. So I do not have to worry about it being so very perfect because it is Monty Python. The next one will come after that.
Rick! And who else got the sevens?
Godfrey.
Okay. Godfrey, do you know what is happening right now?
Sorry, what was the question?
You smell, and you have a certain weakness about you.
I guess to the right would be fine with me.
Right. I think the two of you should perhaps hold back a bit, but not necessarily stay out of the fight.
Yeah. Okay.
So besides the floating wand, you said there's other treasure and stuff that's here.
Wait, do what now?
There are so very many magical items all over the place here. They are so wonderful. You can't help but have your eyes be drawn to them. That sounds more German-ish.
It does.
You're going deep, Bill, here.
Is there anything that looks like, an arcane focus? A rod, a wand, an orb?
Roll a D100. No, D10. 1/10. 1/10 of that is a 7. You'll find your focus as hard as you can. You'll find the most beautiful staff de fleur. Staff de fleur. It is a staff of flowers.
A staff of flowers, you said.
The angry foam in the floating around, she says, that is a staff de fleur. You have spent a very long time in this magical emporium. Perhaps you should go away, or I shall taunt you.
A second time!
I haven't taunted you the first time, so I can taunt you again.
You can taunt, but we will overcome.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember.
No, your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
That's what I said about you.
You got it. You got it.
You got it then. If you can get it, indeed.
I don't. All right. Where are we going?
Up the stairs to greatness.
Godfrey starts kind of wandering back towards the wand in the middle of the room, kind of looking at it curiously again. As if maybe he's kind of seeing it again for the first time, reaching out.
Your lady 100?
That's his hand.
This will be cool.
Oh no.
Did you say you try to stop me?
I'm
Lilley?
trying to smack your hand. I'll let you decide whether she gets it or not.
I'm down for it.
I'm sorry, I should be talking like this. I will let you decide whether she slaps your hand or not.
I've always wanted to be slapped by William Shatner, so sure.
I would say you need to make an attack roll.
I'm gonna make an attack roll.
Remember to adjust your armor class for your crappy reflexes now.
Yeah.
I don't have crappy reflexes.
I'm not talking to you.
That's
Oh,
me.
him. Okay. Dirty 20.
Yeah. Even without my stats being adjusted, that hit me almost twice.
You have a 7 now, or is it an 8?
It's a 7 dex.
Uh-oh. Chat's buffering.
Yep. I'm getting
Uh-oh.
a internet I'm getting a frame spike or whatever you call it, buffering spike.
Okay.
Because you guys were going wonky for me for a moment. Yeah, we're dropping frames. Uno momento. I still see movement on the stream. It might just be buffering a little bit here and there.
I think it's caught back up.
By the way, I have no air conditioning, so I apologize for being really loopy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
That
Well,
sucks.
so did you make an attack roll against Godfrey?
I did, and I got a dirty 20, which apparently
Slap the
hits him a
crap
couple.
out of him.
Which
Okay.
apparently hits him a couple times.
So
over.
you keep him away from that. I have to move into my next accent, which is Neophet's favorite to give to me, a Russian goat.
Yeah.
So I need to know, where is it that you want to go? Are you going to stay on this floor and continue to touch the magic items, or are you going to go upstairs? Bah!
Timic is sort of slowly and dejectedly and like breathing heavily like he's winded, just sort of dragging his axe pathetically across the floor toward the stairs because someone said we should go up.
I'm going to fly with Timric into the stars of the next floor.
Are you carrying me? Because I'm not flying. It's too heavy.
I will carry you.
All right. I need uppies.
Uppies! Uppies for Timric!
Now, are you saying
Uppies that
Timric?
would make Noir jealous.
Are you saying Timric because you're mispronouncing it on purpose, or
No.
okay?
Is it Timic?
Timic.
I said Timric. I'm sorry, Timic.
It's all right.
I think it's
I just
very
thought you were
funny.
I thought you were getting into the Shatner of just mispronouncing things.
I think
Yes,
it is
his
very,
name does not matter. He is not as big a star.
it's
as
very
I.
funny that you keep calling him Timric. Tim and Rick are my two brothers-in-law.
That's right.
But-
Before I go anywhere, I think it would be well within my interest to play a little tune and go do a little healing word on myself because I still have 2 hit points. So I'm going to just go diddly-doo, I'm better now, and cast the spell.
Could you also burn me?
What is that?
Right, someone set him on fire.
I just need a little bit of burning. That's all.
All I have is fairy fire. I don't think it's quite the right kind of fire.
No, I thought you said you had fire.
Yikra Dren.
Godfried.
I would like you to make a persuasion check. And don't roll bad.
All right. Well, I did. I have a 5.
You rolled bad enough that you're only going to get half of this benefit. As I'm going to roll 8d6. Meh. What is 10 and 15 and 22, 30. You get 15 points of healing as the wand suddenly casts a fireball of a very small size at you.
Oh, jeez.
Woo!
I
Holy crap.
needed 3 points. Dear God.
You
No,
heal
that
15 points. The
You
party
heal
dies.
15 points because
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
heals you.
Right. But I only needed 3.
Oh, well, then you are good. Your eyebrows are gone. And
Eyebrows are not needed for magic.
Brillissa says, my mother is very good at threading eyebrows. Don't listen to what that one says. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
That's what I've heard. So, I'll shake the the staff that I pulled out of the pile. Are you sure no one else wishes to grab something? There's plenty of things there.
The thing I grabbed launched me into a wall and sapped me for all of my dear and near
Well,
health.
Well, while I
Don't you
still
realize you're not supposed to go for the obvious? You have to go for the not obvious.
while I still have this Russian accent, I would like to take this moment to say to all of you and to chat. You have as I'm saying this, it just went up. You now there we have just broken $500 in this one game. Halfway to our
Oh,
first goal of
chat.
$1,000.
Dang.
I haven't yet seen Dwight is typing what this is. We'll see what it is in a moment.
You are amazing. Thank you so much.
Advantage to Katie and to Dan,
Hey.
and disadvantage to me.
Ah.
So thank you, everybody who has donated so far. This is absolutely amazing. Reminder, for $100, you can summon a friendly monster or a very angry monster. For $250, you can summon an Electrum dragon that is an accountant. Or just a dragon. It doesn't matter.
It's the most random summon I think I've ever seen in a charity game.
Well, it's dragon. I just said that it was an Electrum dragon that's an accountant earlier when you all were going on and on about the non-existent currency.
He
Got it.
refuses to use the metric system, though. Everything's base 12.
No, worse. It's base 11.
Oh,
I like 11s.
All right.
Right. Well, we are moving on.
As you proceed to make your way up to the top of the stairs.
When Ikra says other people should grab magic items, Timmick just kind of reaches toward the wall, but like you just can't reach unless Lilley takes him over to it. So he's not worried.
I'll fly him. I will fly him over towards an area that appears to have weaponry that would suit him.
Neat.
He likes axes, apparently.
To the axes,
No.
my
Oh,
friend.
Katie, look out. There's something on your wing.
Roll a d10.
Me?
Nope, not you.
A 10. 10.
You have a. I said roll a 10, and this thing's only generating one item. I wanted a weapon. Okay. You have discovered a halfling greatsword.
What does that mean?
It's a greatsword, but it's halfling sized. So it
That's a
only
long
deals
sword.
1d6. It only deals 1d6 of magical damage. But it's any halfling would tell you it's a pretty great sword.
That is a great sword, my friend. I'm going to look for a rapier.
Awesome.
Jeremy, if you are game,
Yes.
there has been a donation and request for an accent of your choice.
Okay.
I say Valley Girl.
You got it.
Yes.
All right. As you head up the stairs,
Can I get a magic rapier?
you can certainly try.
I'd like to try for a magic rapier.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
One.
You do find, as I said, these shelves are filled with these are absolutely filled with magic items. And you find a number of weapons, and you find a particularly nice looking rapier that catches your eye because it seems that almost every time as you look at it or look away from it, it seems to momentarily disappear.
Oh. Ooh, hold on. And she kind of shifts Timmick to one arm and flies over and picks up the rapier.
Oh, Jeremy, the request has been specified to be a bad
yeah.
Irish accent.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Okay. Lloyd, I
from
apologize.
our good friend Petra. This rapier is a blink rapier. anytime you successfully hit a target, you can choose to blink into the ethereal plane, and on your next turn you can move, and as part of your movement, blink out of the ethereal plane.
So would I get sneak attack damage from that? Is it like hiding?
Pretty much. I mean, you can't hide much better than going to an entirely different plane. So now you all go upstairs as we move into the final 20 minutes of our of our adventure here.
Surprise, she's on the 3rd floor.
You move upstairs and you see that there is a initially what you see are statues everywhere. You see statues of people in various poses. Most of them are akin to this.
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Sure, yeah.
Performance art.
You can make
Oh, you look
you can make
frightened.
you can make a perception.
Those are statues. It's not performance. That's sculpture.
You can make a perception, or you can make an investigation check.
Going investigation.
Investigation for sure.
22.
Cool lane for me.
And I'm looking for traps.
13.
The dirty 20 for Ikra.
Okay. So
No.
anybody that got over a 15,
Uh-oh.
as you're looking around, you see that these statues are all looking in a very specific direction. At the top of the room, every one of them seems to be kind of looking up. So no matter where they're at in the room, they're looking upwards. And that's when you see that there is a single beholder eye stalk attached to the top of this room. And it is slowly looking around through like a squinted eye, and not even coming up into this area. The angry flumph just telepathically communicates to all of you, well, now you're screwed.
Yeah, we are. Oh boy.
You also realize there are no more stairs leading up.
Does any of these statues seem to match the description of the girl we're looking for?
Looking around at these statues, they do seem to match all of the different people that were sent up from the town, that were sent to look for her. As you're kind of walking around and looking at these different the different statues, you see or rather you hear the-kunk, 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 the-kunk. And whoever's closest to the stairs realizes that is the sound of all of the stairs individually moving up and closing off the exit from this room.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how absolutely foolish you all are.
I spin around and look at her. You can shut your mouth or I'm going to shut it for you.
I would certainly.
Yeah.
I punch her.
You can roll initiative as her
So it's still
disguise
tucked under your arm?
drops.
I'm totally jumping her. Oh!
You can roll initiative as her disguise drops, and you see that she is wearing very wizardly robes.
Fucking mages. 21.
So go ahead and hold one moment as I have to grab.
I knew I hated her for a reason.
Ooh, now
Ooh,
initiative.
Goggins. Ouch.
I'll go tomorrow.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So while we are getting initiative figured out, Katie, you will be during this fight doing the Wicked Witch of the West voice. And Dan and Jeremy, courtesy of our good friend D20, after Katie's magnificent delivery, D20 wants to know what both of you will sound like as dual William Shatners.
The world
That's Dan and
isn't
Jeremy.
ready for this.
All right, Katie, what do you got for initiative?
Very well.
Oh, I see it in
I am
chat.
going to punch. Well,
Well,
her.
hold on. I'm just getting initiatives right now.
Oh,
Before-
19.
19?
No, wait.
Or
it
21.
wasn't
21.
Yeah,
right in the
sorry, I
chat.
see him in the chat.
Well, yeah.
21 and 17 for Drown. Nope, not Drown. Timic.
Could we have Drown here instead?
10 for Inaki. Goggins, would you get? A 3. And Yikra has an 11. And Godfrey has a 10. And Brelissa has really. Well, I guess we will roll with that. Okay, so you will be up first, Lilley, followed by Timic. And then I'll let you all know who's next in order. So, Lilley, what would you like to do?
Right, well, I am going to, now that she has revealed herself to be this horrible individual, I am going to attack with my rapier.
Excellent. You may do so.
Right, so my roll to hit is first. And that will be a 15.
A 15 is exactly what you need
Ah,
to hit her.
excellent. Let's see, so the 15 is going to net me 23 points of damage.
This wizard that's standing before you as you strike her, she just looks at you. Ow! That like totally hurt.
Bitch, I will cut you!
Are you using your blink rapier?
Oh, yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I'm going to blink out of existence after I say, bitch, I will cut you.
And then you're
Ah.
gone.
So many of the lines that ended up on the cutting room floor for the Wizard of Oz. That amongst them is the one we miss the most.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, so Timic.
All right. Well, Timic is struggling to maintain altitude with his horribly reduced strength. But the cocoon rage never faded. It never faded, and he lets it out and enters a frenzied rage. Ah! Takes a hold of his axe handle, and as he should, puts both hands on it to deliver the double axe handle. He'll attack recklessly with advantage. God, it's not good. Hang on. Yeah. So sorry, I have to figure out what my attack bonus is at the moment. I think it's +0, so I have a 15.
That'll hit.
Oh, grand. So that will be, thanks to my rage, a straight up D10. 7 points of slashing damage.
7.
That is
Yep.
it. That's
All right.
all I've got.
Oh, you are certainly an angry little fairy. That's all she has to say about that. That would be next up would be Yukra.
All right. So, how scattered are we in this room here?
You all kind of came up near the stairs, so you're relatively close to the one side.
All right,
You're
so
probably more closer to the center.
I want to move away from Evil Wizard Girl. And then I'm just going to unleash a barrage of magic missiles at her.
Yeah, you are.
That is 18 points of damage.
Oh. Of all these spools, you were the one I liked the most, but not anymore.
Suck it.
Inaki.
Oh, is Inoki still not there, invisible?
You haven't attacked or cast a spell yet, so yes.
All right. Well, he is about to, as he is going to slam his staff against the floor, and you would see slowly that his form begins to become visible, but it looks very different as he's going to take his turn to cast Shillelagh on his staff, as well as he's going to use his wild shape, but to do the symbiotic entity. And so you would see his shell begin to move as if it was kind of one organism and would work to envelop Inoki as he becomes covered in all kinds of these mushrooms and lichens and fungi and mosses, as he just looks like this nature, the floor of nature just kind of formed a turtle looking thing, and that's what Inoki looks like right now. At the beginning, he's going to also move to try and get close to Relissa, and at the beginning of her turn, he has a thing, and that's what he's going to do.
At the beginning of her
A
turn?
thing.
Yes.
Godfrey.
So Godfrey is going to reach into his backpack and pull out a stack of papers that have different symbols drawn all over them, and is going to hastily flip through from one to the other until he finally finds what he's looking for. But in frustration, he says, "I'm always after me lucky charms." And when he finds the page that's full of glyphs, he's then going to hurl it in the direction of this woman, engulfing her in flames.
Fire photons.
That is a damn good shot.
Photons.
So good.
I was so lost on that accent. What did you do?
I'm casting Agonizer's Scorcher.
Agonizer Scorcher. Okay.
Yeah.
So is
yeah.
that
So she's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And it is a 13.
Six.
That fails. She's going to take 3d8 fire damage.
As this fire starts to strike her, she holds up a hand and says, "As if," boom, and this, you see this protective barrier goes. You roll your damage, but it's going to be reduced by her arcane ward.
Okay. She's got 12 incoming.
All of that fire hits the arcane ward and goes, and then she just goes,
That is disappointing.
I love our Shatners.
it is
They're
her
all
turn.
So good.
As she just cracks her neck and says, "Now it's my turn. You're first." Of course, she's targeting Lilley first.
I'm invisible. I'm in the ethereal plane.
Oh, that's right. You're on the you're so she looks for you. Okay, so first attack.
Did you
Also,
have
I
something
have a
you wanted
thing.
to do at
Yeah.
the start of her turn? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I have a thing.
Okay.
As she says that, Anoki says, not yet, patience. And as he says that, the little fluffs again begin to float off from his shell, and she has to make a con saving throw.
Constitution, that's a natural 20.
Oh,
Or 22.
Wait, did you use your disadvantage yet?
I didn't.
Uh-huh.
That's an 18.
Oh. Well, they're there menacingly, but they do not.
Okay. So there's just these fluff balls all around, and she just goes. She is going to make 3 arcane burst attacks. The first one is going at Timic. Timic, did you attack recklessly?
Yes.
That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Cool.
That is a 14 at Goggins.
Ow, yes.
And the last one is at Godfrey for a 25.
Yeah, a little bit.
18 points of damage to Timic. 19 points to Goggins.
Goggins is down.
And 22 points to Godfrey.
So there's a funny story. Godfrey has 11 hit points max. So that means that's a pass go, do not collect.
Dead.
Oh
$200.
no.
Yeah.
What does it look like when Godfrey is destroyed by, just completely, utterly destroyed by this blast?
He kind of like somewhat feebly kind of reaches his hand up in the direction of this blast. Says, "Oh no!" And then just it completely disintegrates him.
A single sheet of paper is all that's left.
Is it the one that he drew the invisible on?
Oh wait,
It
no.
is.
Can I make a request?
What's that?
Sure.
It's a portrait of the party.
Oh, he was doing all these sketches. Yeah, it's a little singed around the edges. As it lands. Yeah. Godfrey is no more. Godfrey, if we get to it in the next few minutes, or rather Jeremy, on your next turn, you now take on the stats of a mimic. You are one of the statues, and you can attack as a mimic. So that was her turn.
Goggins is up.
I'm just double checking something. Nope, that's her turn. Goggins, you are up if you are still up.
Oh, he's down.
I'm down.
Oh, make a death
I
saving
suppose
throw.
I am making a death saving throw.
Oh, she's gonna bite it hard.
4! Good start.
That's a failed death saving throw. We are back at the top of the order. I would like our first deceased character, Godfrey, to roll me a d6.
Of course.
Our first deceased character.
That
What was that?
that's 1, Jake.
That's going to be Lilley that gets targeted. Lilley, I need
Sorry,
you.
Damn it, Jeremy.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do it with advantage because you are on the ethereal plane, but this is passing through to the ethereal plane. Because magic.
14.
Because it's powered by Electrum. A 14?
Yes.
Electrum is the most otherworldly of
Within the ethereal plane, you feel your joints begin to stiffen up as the beholder eye on the ceiling targets you, and you are beginning to petrify.
Right.
It is your turn. You can make another saving throw, because that's how this works.
And it was Dex, right?
Yep. No, sorry. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, you can make another saving throw.
14. Well, I rolled a Dex 14, and then I re-rolled when you said another and got a 9. So whichever one you prefer to take.
Either way, there fails. You
Okay.
you're not fully turned to stone, but you are restrained. What would you like to do?
If I blink back to the prime material, am I still restrained?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm within 5 feet of her, so I'm just
Yep.
going to attack her.
Yep, and that will give you sneak attack.
Can I give her my advantage? Sort of like inspiration?
Sure.
Great, because that'll cancel the disadvantage, which would have taken away your sneak attack.
Thank you, because that gives me a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Oh, she can take 23 points of damage.
Woo!
And then I blink out of existence again.
She just
Stone on
suddenly
the
gets
ethereal plane.
pierced through by this, and she just goes.
She basically, if I may.
Yep.
Lilley pops into existence. There's a reason I don't trust a lot of mages. It's because I know how powerful my sister is, and you are not my sister. And just stabs her through the kidney, and then as she pulls it out, she blinks out of existence.
We totally could have been sisters. It's Tim's turn. Fun fact, Brelissa is a combination of my two oldest sisters' names, Brenda and Melissa.
Nice.
Zach, who's never picked up on this, just groaned. You're fighting a combination of your two aunts.
All right.
Neither of whom sound like this, by the way.
I'm sorry, I have to pull something from chat real quick, if I may.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You can feel it. It's Electrum. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Who's responsible for that? Tamiko.
All
Alrighty.
right. Timmy,
I was waiting for the Electrum Boogaloo. Yeah.
What terrible balance he has. In his frenzy, launches 2 devastating axe handle attacks at this annoying mage. That'll be a 19 to hit on the first.
That's a hit.
And a critical hit on the second. We'll take it.
All right.
All right. So the first hit is a 5 slashing damage. The critical hit. 9 additional slashing damage.
This critical hit
Shields are down.
from Timik is enough to completely overwhelm her. She doesn't get to go until almost the end. So I would like each of you to describe how you help in the destruction of Brelissa, the evil mage. As we are pretty much already a couple minutes over the end of our game, go ahead and I would like you to make another death saving throw, Zach. Because I need to see if you get a nat 1 or a nat 20.
13.
Okay.
Pass.
So, yeah, go ahead. In initiative order, it's listed there in the chat. You can go ahead and
Sure.
each describe how you can. What is your final move as you all sort of adventure force this and take her out?
So Ikra, whenever he casts a spell, he kind of like draws, arcane sigils and whatnot in the air in front of him, and he just blasts again with another magic missile.
And she very much exaggerates as each missile hits her. Ah! Oof! Ah!
Inoki goes up to Melissa and puts his hand on her face, like very like Avatar the Last Airbender, puts his hand on her face and just and then at the same time he takes his hand and he's gonna put it on Goggins' face, his torso. And as you do so, you see what happens as he is draining. He's going to use Wither and Bloom.
You
to
casting Wither and
drain-
Bloom? Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, as he as he drains energy from Brelissa, and transfers it to Goggins. You can see the flowers blooming like in a line across his arms as he reaches down. Yeah, Goggins, you heal a hit die +5.
Wow. No, thanks.
All right, Goggins, after Godfrey, the mimic, you'll get a chance to get a final action in. And Lilley.
So I think the mimic kind of walks over to where the wooden device that Godfrey had worn kind of around his neck has kind of fallen off to the side, and there's a spilled bottle of ink, and the mimic kind of walks over and touches the ink and then kind of turns into a big black puddle of ink himself as he then slides directly underneath the feet of the wizard.
All right. She's very much doing this whole, just very disgusted that she's stepping in this completely gross stuff. Oh, gag me with an unmagical wand. Hate.
Just a stick.
Let's just keep moving on past that one.
Okay.
Goggins?
As Goggins sputters back to life. Oh, good heavens. He remembers the spell he took specifically in spite of brick walls and doors and such, and will, with his flute, play a little doodly-doo. Screw you, wall. And will cast Shatter on the wall of the tower behind Melissa.
As all of the bricks begin shattering and cracking along, running up to where she stands, Lilley, you get one last jab before she is finished.
Lilley blinks into existence and reaches out and grabs her wrist with one hand and pulls her forward out of the falling bricks. And with the other hand, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a chocolate coin and holds it out and says, "Sisters?"
She's going to reach out for it.
And she gives it to her. "Where's your friend?"
She takes a bite of this chocolate coin. And you see just for a moment a little softness in her eyes. And then her eyes grow wide as the chocolate coin has turned back into gold in her throat. And at that moment, before you have to watch her choke on this gold coin, you hear the cracking sound beneath her feet from the shattered bricks. And this ooze mimic that was under her feet and Brelissa the mage, they fall, and you hear as the entire tower shatters. As an epilogue to all of this, you find that you have basically free access to all the wild magic surge you could want, as well as potions and magical items and all of this stuff. Eventually, when you make your way back to the town, you find that the mayor, Dundee, and his wife have left town. Nobody seems to know where they went. And loaded down with all of your treasures that you've claimed, minus one member of your party, there is, in the remnants of the tower, the body of Godfrey. And out of the shadows, the flump emerges and hovers above it, and all of the blue tendrils begin to settle down and sort of spill down to the ground like a gown. And the flump sort of lifts backwards, and it's a big floppy hat. And a woman who looks just like Berlissa says, "Well, that could have gone better. We'll get them next time," as she reaches down and casts Animate Dead on Godfrey. And that's the end.
Wow.
All right, that was St. Emil's Spire, a one-shot adventure in which we raised $605.69.
Chat!
Yeah,
Nice.
you're amazing.
Guys are
That
awesome.
is absolutely
Y'all are
incredible.
fantastic.
You all are amazing. This is just day one, just the first game of 5 days of games. You all are absolutely amazing. We appreciate you so much. In just a few minutes, I'm going to get Dwight back in here, and we're going to do a little bit of a wrap up before we call it a night. But just a reminder, you can check on Twitter, and I guess we should put the schedule in here too. But the off the air screen, or if you look on Twitter, there's a full schedule of games. Dwight and I will talk about it in a moment, but thank you so much for indulging our silliness, and letting us have fun with all of these accents and the wild magic surges and all of that stuff. Know that your donations are going for an incredible organization, Game to Grow, and what they do. In fact, tomorrow night, the Psychology in Seattle podcast will be running a game, and we will have the founders of Game to Grow in that game. And they'll be able to talk a little bit more. And we're going to have a couple other members of the Game to Grow staff that will be joining us throughout the weekend to play in some of these incredible games. I want to say this one more time. Thank you, chat. We put these community games on and these charity events in the hopes that we can entertain you, but also that we know that you're going to come together and help us rally behind our cause. And we couldn't do this without you. So we thank you all so much. It's absolutely amazing to see so many wonderful people from our community in this chat. So I just also want to say a huge thank you to these amazing players. This is our Dawnbringers crew minus V, but we're honored to have Zach, who, if you didn't put two and two together, Zach is my son, heir to the MTD Empire.
I didn't know that. What?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You seriously?
I'm not kidding you. I had no clue.
You didn't know that Zach is my son? Zach's like 2 rooms away from me.
I could go walk out right now.
Awesome. Oh.
Like, there were a couple times, in fact, at one point when Zach yelled hell and damnation or whatever you yelled, I could hear him behind me as well.
I thought that was just coming through speakers.
Nope. Zach is
That is so awesome.
Zach is my son. Yeah, so we were honored, Zach, to have you join us as a fill-in. Zach is an honorary Dawnbringer, having played with us in the past. I'm trying to vamp a little bit because Dwight still hasn't jumped into our waiting room yet. I'm hoping it'll let him jump in.
Get in the waiting room.
But I don't know if Dwight doesn't show up. I guess I'll just do it solo. But anyway, no, I get the honor of playing with all of these amazing folks, the Dawnbringers, every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/mini-terrain-domain we are closing in on 4 years of playing this Dawnbringers campaign. We're in season 6. Katie joined us partway through last season and just didn't leave because we wouldn't let her.
Once you get me, you can't get rid of me. I'm like gaming herpes.
There are much more endearing ways I would describe you. Yeah, so just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you, Katie, Dan, Zach, M, Ted, and Jeremy, without whom this would have just been me talking to myself for a couple hours. As I say every week, we're going to go ahead and end this game. I'm not going to do what my usual sign off is because we're not ending the stream yet. We're going to go briefly to the break screen while I say goodbye to these amazing friends. And in just a moment, we're going to get Dwight in here for our final sign off. So please stick around for a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I guess we will see you. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. We're going to end this game. I just can't do it without doing the sign off.
It's not right.
We're going to end this game the same way we end every game. And you can say it with me if you want.
Eyebrows.
Thing on the wing.